I wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God, I let it go.
October 2020 video horoscopes with Milada from astrolada.com. And guys, October will be the most pivotal month, probably the most stressful month again as well this year. Not that it has been easy, but it's a culmination of events that has started around the spring or late winter that are now in your personal life and globally are going to escalate to the highest point. We are going to be tested, but something amazing can come out of it. Some big turnaround in our lives, some big total direction, change of direction, and big feat and achievement that we can do. I'll talk about that. And Mercury is going retrograde. Mars is still retrograde. Big things are coming in October. So stay with me. But before that, just to let you know, we're starting a 4-month masterclass on Horary astrology, which is the most practical astrology that ever exists. If you want to be an astrologer, or if you want to use astrology not for psychology and what is your nature like, no, specific questions. Is he cheating on me and who with? Is she younger, older, from work or whatever? You can see such specific answers with Horary astrology. Or where did I lose my earring and will I find it? And in how many days or months? Very specific. Am I pregnant? Or, anything that natal astrology cannot answer, which is much more global and general. This Horary astrology course will, Horary astrology is what you need to basically answer the specific questions you have or other people have for you. It's fantastic and it's very easy astrology, and it's a 3 payment plan, so you can pay in 3 times over the 4 months. So check it out. Now let's start with the October astrology. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, October 2020. Well, let's start with some good news. Saturn is turning direct from the beginning of October, the end of September. So you're going to feel a bit of a relief, actually quite a lot of a relief in areas connected to this 11th house that it's been. Okay, let's see what it might be. Saturn, when it's retrograde, is very testing. It makes us work extra hard, but it does not give the results. But when it turns direct, it starts giving us the results of the efforts we've had. And things become easier. So if you've been making efforts in some long-term goals of yours, especially long-term goals to influence others, or connected to a business project, or connected to socio-economic for gains and for earnings. Maybe you've been working on some project hoping for a bonus or for some recognition of some title. Sometimes the 11th house also indicates like PhDs and such kind of a master degrees and stuff. If you've been working very hard while Saturn was retrograde, or actually even for the last 2 years, Saturn's been there on such, maybe grant or a bonus or a promotion or a recognition or a title. When Saturn starts turning direct, I think some of you might finally get that. They can start seeing that it is possible. They're going to receive that, some grant or whatever. Or if the earnings might start flowing more easily, or the efforts that they made before that, they can start seeing results about that in regards to their gains and earnings. 11th house is also social influence, like an influencer. If you're an influencer or something like that, it's your fan base or your client base if you're a business person, the influence that you have. Well, if you've been working to restructure that and your approach to this, and when Saturn starts turning direct, or if you've been working hard on some business project, some connection, trying to build certain connections on network of some sort, might be different kind of network, connections, business, whatever. Well, you're gonna start seeing finally the results, and it's gonna start becoming easier. If there's been some problem with friendships, Saturn transiting there, especially the retrograde, there is more isolation socially. For 2 years almost, especially the last one, Saturn's been making a shitload of hard aspects from your 11th house. So I think a lot of Pisces took it very hard, the social isolation. They felt it stronger, even though they like isolation as Pisces. But they felt it. Some of you really liked it probably, but you felt it, and some of you really re-examined who you associate with. A lot of you just allowed more like work-related associations rather than fun and joy associations. A lot of you chipped off and removed friends from your life, or you just, it happened somehow, even without you trying to do it. And you're very clear now when Saturn starts moving direct, who you need in your environment, what kind of people you want to associate, what kind of groups you want to belong to. And if there were problems with friends, if some of your friends have been going through hard times, or, you can start seeing that things are improving there. Or if you've been having problem with a friend again and you want to keep this friendship, now these problems will start resolving when Saturn starts moving direct. Long-term goals and dreams, again, if there's been stagnation there, the process of elimination of some unrealistic search, now Saturn starts moving direct and you can start moving forward with some long-term goals and dreams as well. And possibly for some of you, easing off of social isolation, but it's not going to be fully that. Well, then Saturn and Jupiter go in your 12th house, you naturally want to be more from December to be more in your own world, but problems around social situations will disappear. I think we said that I can talk so much. Oh, it's social activism. If you've been working very hard on some social project with a group of people, or some political affiliations, if there's been complications, they gradually from October, they start moving ahead. Or belonging to clubs and organizations, if there have been some complications with such matters, you're going to start seeing improvement, you're going to start getting results. If you've been collaborating with clubs and organizations, start finding it more productive and effective, such affiliations. And there is also Mars that's still retrograde in October in your second house, Pisces, and it's been retrograde almost most of September in your second house, continues the whole of October. That's what I advise, is not to take big risks with your saved money. The 12th house is what you put in the bank, what you have as valuables. Don't invest them in something totally new, for example, because it can, backfire. But you can, for example, if you invest it to something and you see it's not the right place, you can change it there. You can change the strategy. So a lot of you might be doing like a rebudgeting, refinancing during Mars retrograde in the second house, possibly because in worst case scenario, some crisis financial, some stressful financial situation for you, extra expenses that come. So you have to learn to be more strategic and conscious and present with your finances, and to change strategy, to change action. But definitely when Mars is retrograde in the second house, usually there are more expenses than normal. And hopefully that's in some kind of investment rather than just wasting it. But the ultimate goal of Mars retrograde in your second house is to finally, when it starts moving direct November, for you to have a way more perfected relationships with finances, and to have, if you've worked very hard for more financial stability, you'd see the results. Already Saturn starting to move directly in your house of earnings, but the house of savings, the second house, and your self-worth, you're reevaluating your self-worth now. How worthy do you feel yourself? Some might be changing prices of their products. Others might be on a quest to really understand why to shift their awareness, their point of view about how much what they're worth. And yeah, if you do the work right, of course, that can indicate like later on that you've worked hard and you basically created more financial stability for yourself. And second house is food, what you eat, what you put in your body, how do you take care, what do you use for sustenance. And a lot of Pisces might be feeling that they're changing their relationship with food a lot. And for example, a lot of you might be losing weight because you've eliminated, whilst Mars was retrograde, certain foods or the amount and the quality of your food. And Mars gives you willpower like a soldier to go on. But if you're having some digestive or nutritional issues with food, while Mars is retrograde, it's a big sign that you have to change something now. You have to change the strategy. Mars will give you the willpower to do it, don't worry. Mars retrograde. And will shift your perspective in matters connected to what you put in your body. And you know, what you put in your body reflects how much you value yourself and you love yourself, which is the deeper meaning of your second house. Have you noticed that people that have higher value of themselves, they usually eat healthier? You know, like richer families and stuff. Well, poorer people that come from a poorer background, because there is not much self-worth there, they kind of eat, and there's, you know, and how cheaper foods are, of course, cheaper foods are unhealthier. But so this is a rare opportunity with Mars retrograde there to rethink all this. And even if it's not reflected in your how you eat and eating habits, something is being reprogrammed and is shifting in your consciousness in regards to how you perceive your own value. And your tastes, the second house is your tastes, what you find beautiful, what you find attractive, what you find appealing, and tastiest food as well. You have a rare opportunity using your willpower to change all those things. What you find aesthetically appealing as well is shifting. If you're an artist, you might decide to change your, Mars is retrograde, that you need to change, or it might be forced on you, but you need to change what materials you work with. You might decide, I'm going to work with more natural materials, or with different colors, or, all of those things as second house resources. Or if you have a factory and you're producing, you're producing buttons, you might decide to, you might have some problems with the equipment, you have to fix it, to modernize it, or something like that. That's another second house manifestation, Mars retrograde. Okay, and also it can mean like some old objects are returned to you. That's another possibility. Check out your teeth. Mars retrograde in the second house. Second house rules mouth. So gums, inflammatory conditions can happen there, and the throat. It's more susceptible when Mars is retrograde again. Not saying you're gonna die, just what is possible. And you're gonna have Mercury retrograde in your 9th house, guys, Pisces. That's another big development in October. So many things are happening. When Mercury goes retrograde, especially in the 9th house, it can indicate that certain plans for trips, get delayed, long-term trips, or some relocation in a different state or a different place far away in town or different country might get more complicated. It's going to require 3 times more efforts. Or documents for foreign relocation or citizenship or travel, visas and stuff like that might get delayed. Or if you've applied for them earlier, now is when you can receive an answer. But the answer might be you need to give an extra document or whatever. Any affairs connected to import, exports, foreign countries, and higher education, they might need to be revised. Some of you might even decide to change direction of studies. Or some of you might want to revise certain courses, classes, or dig very deep into researching, studying certain things that you know from before, but you want to deepen that knowledge. You want to study more, research, because 9th house is higher knowledge. You might find it fascinating to read and study about higher wisdom and knowledge, especially more on the secretive side, on the occult and conspiracy side. There might be like a reevaluation of your belief system and how you perceive the big picture of the world and reality. This is the 9th house. Or your reevaluation of your relationship with God and the universe. Something can shift your perspective. It might be a teacher, it might be something you hear, it might be hopefully not some kind of crisis, faith crisis, but it can shift what you believe possible in this world, the 9th house. Your worldview, how you perceive everything, how you perceive the matrix, You might almost kind of like decipher the matrix with this Mercury retrograde day in the ninth house. So it's really and it's legal matters as well. I hope it's not that serious, but there might be certain, they need to work extra hard on some legal matters of some sorts, you know, legal issues. Re-examining your higher beliefs, your relationship with God, we said all of that. Reading and digging deep on how to create luck and abundance in your life, and re-examining some of your beliefs about such matters. How supportive is the universe. Plus there is a new moon in your 8th house around the middle of the month, which is very occult, kind of spiritual as well. So there might be a renewed or new interest towards studying astrology or psychology, digging deep, finding out some secrets about your psycho-spiritual inner world, or just finding out some secret or more private information, or being interested in kind of matters concerning conspiracies and deep investigation. It can be also like a reset button on topics or new ideas on topics of occult, of mutual finances, resources. It can be also, your focus can go on taxes, insurances, inheritances. Some developments there can happen. Might be a bit more stressful because this new moon is receiving a bit of hard aspects there though, but you might deal with such matters, especially the middle of the month. And then last but not least, Venus, the planet that always makes things a bit easier for us. It's a quick pass, just for a month. It's not some extraordinary life-changing event, but it's going to be in your 7th house of relationships this month, guys. And definitely you have an opportunity to improve a relationship, to create more love and understanding and cooperation with others, with your partner. For some of you, in rare occasions, actually it might mean meeting love. Or if you're married already, just feeling more connected to your partner, doing some pleasant things together, even having more sexual desire towards your partner. You can find yourself, others might find you more, you can find that you're more appealing to the public and a bit more popular. You can find ways also to reach out to public, and especially there might be more women around you in this time. More connections with women, because Venus rules women. Some collaborative effort can go very well. Some partnership, business, personal, project partnership can also go well as well. So that's another possibility. Some contract agreement, signing of something again can go very well. You can find some good partners to collaborate in other things. And it's like the public and the audience likes you more as well. So there you go, guys. And as I said, your social connections, Saturn starts moving direct in your 11th house, so such complications will start kind of going away. Plus, I think you'll be more social definitely this month. More one-to-one interactions as well with Venus in another social house. So there you go. Thank you so much. Check out my new book, Planetary Aspects in the Natal Chart. It's almost 50% off for the next 2-3 weeks. It's an electronic book, and it shows you remedies if you have difficult aspects in the horoscope, what it means. It can give you a lot of advice and insight, possibly for your greatest talents, your biggest weaknesses, your career possibilities, relationships, issues, and so on. Thank you. I love you.